My closet was never empty. I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean it in a way that made me start paying attention. There was always something wrong about the space it occupied. Not obvious, not dramatic, just incorrect. I only noticed it when I stood still, when I wasn't thinking about anything else, when the room had settled into silence. The closer I stood to the closet, the heavier the air felt. Not colder, not warmer, denser, like the room folded inward slightly at that point. After what happened before, after seeing a version of myself that shouldn't exist, I stopped trusting feelings. Feelings can lie, measurements don't. So I measured the closet. The door was exactly 60 centimeters wide. That part never changed. The depth, according to the wall behind it, should have been 1 meter. I measured it 3 times. The tape reached 1 meter, and then it kept going. Not much, just enough to make me pause. I pulled the tape back, measured again, same result, 1 meter, and something extra, 2 fingers worth. That difference stayed with me all day, when I sat at my desk, when I ate dinner, when I turned off the lights. At night, lying in bed, I felt the closet more than I saw it. It wasn't just nearby, it was present. I started closing the door before sleeping. Not because I was afraid of what might be inside, but because when it was open, the darkness behind it didn't feel contained. Sleep stopped being complete. I would wake up already staring at the closet, eyes open, body still. Sometimes I was sure I had been dreaming. Sometimes I wasn't sure at all. In the dreams, I wasn't in bed. I was standing inside the closet, between hanging clothes, facing outward, watching myself sleep. The angle was wrong, too close, too low, like my face was pressed into fabric, breathing through it, feeling each rise and fall of the body on the bed. I never saw my own face. I only felt the need to stay perfectly still, as if movement would wake me up. During the day, the closet looked normal, clothes where they should be, boxes untouched. But the smell had changed. Not dust, not mold, something colder, something like rain trapped indoors. At night, I started hearing sounds, not loud, not clear, just a soft shifting, like fabric brushing fabric, but slower, more deliberate. One night, I stood in the middle of the room and held my breath. The sound didn't stop. That's when I realized something that made my stomach tighten. The sound wasn't coming from the closet. It was coming through it, as if the closet wasn't a container, as if it was a passage. The first time I noticed the depth change with my own eyes, I almost laughed. The clothes hung farther back than they should have. They didn't sway. They didn't move. They just rested deeper. I stepped inside. The air changed immediately. Cooler, thicker. The smell intensified. I reached forward. My fingers didn't touch wood. They touched nothing. I pulled my hand back so fast my elbow hit the door frame. The back panel wasn't there, or maybe it never had been. Behind the clothes was a narrow gap, dark. Not the kind of dark that reflects light, the kind that absorbs it. I noticed scratches along the inner frame, old, deep, repeating, like someone had been counting time. I pushed the clothes aside, and that's when I saw it. A second door, not aligned with the apartment, not built into any wall. It simply existed, narrow, metal, scratched almost white. I didn't touch it. I listened. At first, nothing. Then breathing, slow, comfortable, as if whoever was on the other side had all the time in the world. That night, I felt the shadow man again. I didn't see him. I never do. But the room felt watched, cataloged, copied. When my future self appeared, he looked worse than before, not weaker, more worn, like something had been smoothing him down, erasing edges. He wouldn't look at the door. He said it wasn't a place, it was a gap, a sideways exit from time. He said something had learned me by watching while I slept, the way I breathed, the way I lay still. The closet wasn't an entrance, it was a classroom. The room was being memorized. He stopped talking before finishing the warning, and then he was gone. I opened the second door. There was no sound, no wind, just continuation. A room, my room, exactly the same. Same bed, same desk, same crack in the ceiling. Someone was sleeping in the bed, breathing evenly, facing away from me. I didn't need to look closer. I knew it was me. And as I stood there, watching myself sleep, I felt something behind me, waiting, learning, patient. And in that moment, I understood something I can't forget. The closet doesn't lead somewhere else. It replaces you.